If you've ever run an ad and heard nothing, just crickets, no calls, no sales, no nothing, it's probably because you tried to advertise what people need, not what they want. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop wasting your time and money and build ads that actually bring in great customers. The customers you want, the customers who spend, the customers that are a joy. Why most ads don't work is because, well, let's start with everybody is selling. And we're all inundated with ads and we ignore most of them. So an ad needs to be constructed in a way to get the response we need out of the potential customer we're advertising to. Most ads really only work on selling, but they don't really address the customer in the right way to get the response. Especially when we quickly put up an ad because we want to get an ad out there so that we can get more customers in the door, but we didn't do it well, we didn't do it right, and we didn't communicate correctly to get the response we need from that ad. So all we did was we rushed to get an ad out there, and we're wasting our time and hard-earned money. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your money. Running ads and just wasting that money is a dumb idea. Take a few minutes, build an ad well, and you'll get the results you want. People tend to buy what they want, not what they need, and this is the first thing we really need to consider in building a good ad. Oftentimes people build ads that communicate only what people need. The next thing to consider is what people say versus what they actually spend money on is completely different. A great example of this is health food and junk food. People say all the time, I need to get healthy, I'm going to buy healthy food. But they don't. They continue to buy potato chips and junk food, things that they don't need to be healthy. They buy all the things that they need to be unhealthy instead of healthy. So what have junk food companies done to really play this game of outselling their competitor? Well, they know people prefer health food and want to feel like they're making healthy choices. So junk food companies have started repackaging a few things to look healthier. They run ads where my potato chips are healthy. My potato chips are made from 100% real potatoes. Did they change anything? No, but they communicated that they're using real vegetables. So now this is the healthy potato chip to buy because we use 100% real vegetables in our potato chips. The consumer sees that and they're like, oh great, now I can get my healthy food and the potato chips I wanted at the same time. What did the health food company do? They advertised very much so what the person wanted. What did the junk food company do? They advertised exactly what the customer wanted, potato chips, in a way that the customer wanted to accept it. That's what they did. They didn't advertise healthy food. They didn't advertise the health benefits of eating 100% real potatoes. They just communicated in a way that the customer understood, in a way that the customer wanted. That's all they did. And hey, if you're a junk food company and selling potato chips, I want a commission for that idea of making an ad for your potato chips. All right, let's move on. So one of the things that you really want to do also in your ads is frequently ads are built highlighting features. It's got this. Well, nobody cares if it has 100 different options or features. Most of those features are features the customer's not even interested in. They're interested in results. Let's take my car. I'm not interested in all of the features when I buy a car. I am interested in how comfortable it is, will it get me there fast, and will I look good in my car? Those things matter. So what you want to do is highlight the results, not just features. What result will your product bring that the customer wants? Are you an HVAC person? I mean, I use HVAC a lot as an example, but it's an easy one. People need maintenance on their HVAC systems, but what they really want is comfort in their house. So advertise how comfortable and problem-free their air conditioning will be, how enjoyable their home will be once you're done servicing their HVAC unit. Isn't that a much better ad than saying, we'll fix your broken AC? Nobody cares. They want a cool, comfortable, enjoyable home environment. Sell what they want, sell the result. Once you're done with it, they're going to have a cool, comfortable home environment. Use your reviews to uncover what customers actually value. Both negative and positive reviews, customers actually speak about what they valued, not what they said they had valued. So reviews are a great resource. You can read through your reviews, and the things people have mentioned over and over and over again, those are things to highlight in ads. If they're constantly saying, Bob was the friendliest guy ever, there's something to, you've got a friendly Bob, whoever Bob is. But people have commented on that over and over, so they actually valued the friendliness of your HVAC company, not just the fact that you fixed it right the first time. So sometimes what we perceive as the actual value isn't what the customers are responding to as the value they're receiving. Nobody really expects technicians to be friendly and helpful. They kind of expect them to be gruff. So when you see that comment over and over again, that's something that's standing out. Use testimonials and stories. Others say what you do better than you say it. Why? Because others who have used your services speak in the language of a customer. They are your customer. And as a potential customer, I'm going to believe another customer before I believe you. Of course, you're going to tell me you're the best. Of course, you're going to try and sell me your product. But a customer doesn't have to sell me a product. They're just telling me about their experience, their testimonial. They're singing your praises. And that is a perfect way to build an ad, is with a customer testimonial. In a moment, I'm going to show you a form that you can use to really help you build ads quickly and correctly. But let's get into the next point first. Keep it simple. Way too often, your ads are crowded with everything. Everything you do. I sell doors, windows, floors, ceilings, roofs, cars, all of these things. Well, really, you need to keep it simple. I sell one thing right now in this one ad. I may sell 100 different things, but advertise one thing. Then you can call me, you can call my brother, you can text this, you can phone that, you can do this, you can do that. One call to action. When you create too many things, your ad is, one, it's too cluttered and people don't read it or listen to it or respond to it. Two, it creates decision fatigue. Three, you're not addressing anything specific. If I've got a window problem right now and you're advertising windows, I'm likely to call you. But if I've got a window problem, like a broken window in my house, and you're advertising roofs, floors, windows, doors, tables, cars, I didn't even hear the fact that you do windows or that you're a potential vendor for me to work with. I just didn't hear it. And then when you tell me, call this number, or you can call this number, or you can text this number, or you can text my great Aunt Jane, or you can go online to my website and fill out a form, or you know what? I don't know what to do. I'm just not going to bother. I'm going to move on to the next person. Keep it simple. Advertise one pain point at a time. One pain point, I have a broken window. If you're advertising, I can fix your window. Perfect, I heard you. What do I do next? Don't just send me to your website. This is actually a problem. Don't just send me to the homepage on your website. If it's about a broken window and you want me to go to your website, fine, send me directly to the webpage on your website that talks about broken windows. So right away, I see the service that I responded to. If it's text, great. Text me at this number right now. If it's call one number, just one, not 500 different numbers, and we'll take care of you today. See, it's so much easier to say, hey, we fix broken windows, fast, efficient. We make sure you get the best quality repair on your broken window. Call me today at 555-1212. Yep. That was much easier for me to understand and process as somebody who's being inundated with too much information already. So when you create an ad, you want it simple. When you buy a full page ad or print space, you don't need to fill it all up. It's too much for somebody to process. It's called white space, all the blank space, the unused space. It can have color, but it doesn't need to be crowded. If it just says, we fix broken windows, call this number, that will be a much more effective ad than when you fill the entire page with something. So keep in mind, the fewer words you use, the more impact you will have. It's exactly opposite of what most people think. Most people think they want to maximize the space that they have or the time they have available and try and say it all. That doesn't work. What I've heard was much less. But when you say one thing and say it clearly and then tell me how to go about getting that, now I've heard you and I am very likely to take that action, to contact you, to hire you, to provide that service or thing that I was looking for. So fewer words, fewer things said equals more results. If you're building an ad for windows and you want to mention doors and everything else, build separate ads, one for windows, one for doors, one for floors, one for roofs. They're all separate ads with an individual item and one call to action. That is the ad that is going to work best. If you're taking somebody to your website and they have to fill out a form, keep the form short. So often we ask for their name, social security number, date of birth, color of their hair. I mean, there's lots of questions. Every question you put on a form for somebody to fill out reduces the likelihood that they're going to complete the form. I'll give you my name, I'll give you my phone number, maybe I'll give you my email address. So the simpler you keep it, the more likely, okay, I'll fill out these 3 things, no problem. You put a 4th, you just reduced my likelihood of completing the form by 33%. You ask for my address, you just reduced it by another 33%. It's crazy how fast you reduce the likelihood of somebody filling out the form. Will you need all of this information eventually? Probably. But do you need it right away when all I'm trying to do is find out if you can replace my broken window? You don't need it all yet. If the goal is to get their contact information so you can call them, get there. I need your name and your phone number. I'll give you a call in 5 minutes. When you call me, you can talk about the window. Now I'm really wanting you to come replace my window. Then I'll give you my whatever other information you need, my home address, the window size, all of this information, I will give you at that point. But to ask for it all up front is silly because most people are going to quit filling out your form and move on because it's just too much upfront information that you're looking for. So keep forms simple when somebody has to complete a form. The less information you ask for, the more forms you'll get filled out. It's just crazy how that works, but that works. So get them to give you that information so you can reach out and then make the sale. Now, I told you I was going to show you a form that I use and a form you can use. I'm going to put this with a link in the description to this video down below. What I'm going to do just to keep bots from going crazy with the form, I'm going to have you put in your email address and the form will get emailed to you. It's just to avoid all the bots. So go ahead and put in a real email address to get the form. The link will just take you there, put in your email address, and the form will be emailed to you right away. So let's talk through this form and how this will help you build incredible ads that will get you great customers. So right at the top, it says, what is the single item or service you are advertising? Fill that in. The one thing, not the 10 things, not the 100 things you're going to put in an ad. No. One thing that you're going to put in the ad. Who is your ideal target? That is the next question. Fill that in. Be very specific because when you try to advertise to everybody, nobody responds. But for my broken window, maybe it's soccer mom. Maybe it's like a mom 25 to 40, we'll say. She has 2 kids. She's busy. Put that in there. Now I know how I have to word things and communicate to this person in this ad. And when I do that, not only will my ideal perfect target hear me, which is the person I want because I've already identified that is the excellent customer. I don't want everybody. But when I'm advertising specific, other people are going to hear in and I'm going to communicate wider. But when I try and communicate to everybody, I communicate to nobody. So communicate narrow and more people will hear you. It's crazy. Now, what action do you want the ideal person to take? This is important. Do you want them to call? Do you want them to text? Do you want them to fill out a form somewhere? What is the action you want them to take? Write that down. Next, what is your budget? You have to have a defined budget. A lot of times it's like, well, whatever it's going to take. Know what your budget is. Know what your budget is and write it in here. I have $100, I have $1,000, I have $10,000, I have $1 million. Whatever it is, write it in here because this is going to help us as we create our whole ad campaign. The next question is, what is the end result to consider this campaign a success? This is important because then we know whether or not our campaign is working, has worked, or has not worked. And when we build our next one, we'll have more knowledge on what to do and what to adjust. When it's just, well, I hope people call and I hope I sell something. And well, if I sell one, I guess I at least made my money back. That's a terrible result. And it's not really a real result that you're looking for. So the end result is I want 100 people to call me for windows. I want 100 people to buy a new window. Whatever it is, write it down. I want $10,000 in gross revenue from this campaign. Whatever the end result is that will make this campaign truly successful is what you write down. Not just whatever will be break even. That's not a result because you didn't gain anything by breaking even. So if you broke even, well, at least you didn't lose money, but that wasn't a good end result. Now, we start getting into building an ad. The next spot says to write 6 different headlines for the ad. Just write 6 headlines for the ad. What are these headlines? Now you can look through these 6 headlines you wrote and start to squeeze them down. One, you see a couple headlines that really aren't as good as others, cross them off. Just cross them off the list, real simple. Now out of the remaining headlines, look at them and see if there's any way you can make them more concise. Make them simple, easy to understand, easy to process. Fewer words is better. How can you shrink them down to be more concise, to say what you need to say in just a headline? Now, out of that, once you've refined the remaining ones, pick one. Pick one headline to use. That is a headline you're going to run with. The next is write 5 short sentences for the ad. And when I mean short, I mean they might not even be truly complete sentences. You're not writing a paragraph. You're not writing a book. You're writing 5 concise things, 5 simple partial sentences that support the headline that you just came up with. So write these 5 short sentences. Maybe my headline was, "We'll fix your broken window today." Okay? The 5 short sentences, maybe one of these sentences that I'm going to write is, "We're fast, efficient, provide fantastic new window for your house. Call today at 555-1212. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know. Whatever your sentences are that support your headline. But this is it. This is what your ad will be, basically, is a headline and a short sentence. That says so much right there. Now, from here, if you're building a video, you use this to build your video. If you're building a text ad, you use this to build your text ad. If you're building a print ad, you use this to build your print ad. So now we've got our headline. We wrote 5 short sentences. We picked the best one of those, refine those down just like we did with the headlines. Next is a question. Do any of the headlines or sentences sell something? Rewrite it. We don't want to just sell something. Buy my windows today. Nope. Terrible ad. Solve the problem. We'll fix your broken window. That solves my problem. I have a broken window. You'll fix it. So don't focus on selling. Focus on solving a problem. Focus on solving a problem. Focus on solving the problem. I know I said it 3 times because it's important. Too often we go straight for the sale. Buy today, buy today, buy today, buy today. Don't sell. Provide a solution and people will contact you. Do any of the headlines or sentences offer what they need? If so, offer to rewrite it. You want a solution, not a need. Like for HVAC, we're going to go back to this for a minute. If any of these say, I can come and provide the maintenance you need. Nope. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants the maintenance. What do they want? Think back to my potato chip example. What do they want? They want potato chips. They don't want healthy food. Now, if I can make my junk food look good and healthy, they really want that because they can feel better eating the junk food. If any of my headlines talk specifically to what they actually need, not what they want, scratch it or rewrite it. You want a headline and a sentence to talk towards people's wants. Whatever they need matters, but not in your ad. What they want is what matters because they're not going to call you for a need. They're going to call you for a want. Now, we reordered some of this a little bit, but if you did this out of order, that's fine. You can number the headlines and sentences in order from how well they speak to the target audience's wants and desires. Number 1 through 5, 1 through 6, in the order that they speak to the customer's desires, not their needs. Put them in that order. What speaks most to what the customer wants? What is their desire? Now, describe what an image looks like that shows your number one headline and sentence. What image is this? So if we're building a print ad, what image describes this? In the case of the HVAC company, maybe it's a family in the living room enjoying their comfortable, cool home after I'm done with service. That describes what I just provided, a nice, comfortable home environment. So describe what it looks like. What is an image of the end result that I want, not that I need, that I want? For a healthy food potato chip, which there isn't one, well, maybe to sell my fake healthy potato chips, I'm showing a healthy man and a healthy woman enjoying time on the couch watching TV, and they're fit and they're trim and they look great. Well, that's what somebody wants. That describes the result they're after, is being all healthy after eating my fatty potato chips. So describe what that looks like. Then for a video, what does a video look like that shows it? Maybe I have, for the potato chips, a guy running, a person playing basketball or volleyball, or I don't know, something like that, living a fit, trim life, walking the dog. And I mean, they've got this amazing life because they eat my healthy pretend potato chips. So describe what it could look like in a video. Now that you've done this, you've been able to build out multiple ads. You have an idea for a print ad. You have an idea for Google ads, Facebook ads. You have an idea for a video ad, a YouTube ad. All of this form will lead you down the path you need to go down to build your ads. And at the top, you have your budget already figured out, and you already know who your ideal target audience is. So now when you build your ad, look back at this. Don't exceed your budget. Make sure you select the correct budget when placing your ad wherever you're going to place it. And make sure your ad is targeted to your ideal target audience. If it's a print ad in a magazine, because these magazine people come around all the time, don't buy those. They're not worth it. But if you do, ask them, who reads their magazine? And when they start telling you it's everybody, no. Who really reads your magazine? And they tell you that the demographic is different than who your ideal target is, well, that's not the place to put your ad. You can quickly filter out where to place your ad. When you're placing an ad online with Google or Facebook or any other online platform, you can tell it, I want to target women 25 to 40 who are married, who have kids. All of a sudden, you got very specific, and the ad will target those people specifically. So now you're putting your ad in front of the exact people it was designed for, which will increase the result of your ad for a lower cost. Now, be careful with what I just said there, because maybe the cost per click for that particular audience is a little bit higher. But before, you were spending money trying to advertise to everybody. So you spent $100 and maybe got one call. Here, if I have to pay $10 per person, well, that's $10 every time. Now I can get 10 people for the same cost as I got before for just one. Even though I only paid maybe 10 cents before, now I have to pay $1 to $10. So you're not looking to lower the cost of the exact targeted placement. You're looking to lower the cost of your result. That's key. I don't want to waste money advertising to everybody when I can spend very specific money advertising to the right person to get the specific result I want, which will equal less money spent to get a greater result. All right, guys, that is how you build the exact ad, the perfect ad that is going to bring in the customer you want. Now that you've seen how to build an effective ad, write one ad today. Even if you're not going to place it out there anywhere, I want you to practice this today so that you can help yourself learn this process and you're ready when it's time to build an ad. Use this form because it will really help you. Once you've written that perfect ad, I also encourage you to send it to Someone you can trust to tell you the honest truth of what they think about the ad. Somebody who understands what you're trying to do, of reach the perfect customer to get the excellent response. So with that, go ahead, download the ad form. Like I said, it is going to ask for your email address. Put that in there. The ad form, the remarkable ad form, will be emailed to you right away. If you need any help with any of this, there is also a link down below where you can schedule time with me. I am glad to spend time with you, helping you achieve remarkable results. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. In the next video, I'm going to cover where to run these ads to reach your ideal customer without wasting a dollar. So now that you've learned how to build an incredible ad that'll work, I am going to work with you very specifically on where and how to specifically place that ad to get the best result without wasting your ad dollars. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.